So today we're going to do another video on anxiety. So tapping along, just follow my actions and repeat my words. If there are words that are more relevant to you, then please feel free to use them. So even though I am anxious, I am an anxious person. I suffer from anxiety. And it feels so intense at times. It feels overwhelming. It takes over my physical body. It takes over my mental body. It takes over my emotional body. It takes over my energy field. And it's very overwhelming. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am an anxious person, I suffer from anxiety. And I say this to myself many times a day. And I also tell other people, this is who I am. It's part of my identity. I am an anxious person. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am anxious, I am an anxious person. I suffer from anxiety. It's part of who I am. And it feels so intense at times. It just feels like this is all there is to me. I am this bundle of anxiety. And I deeply and completely accept myself. I am anxious. I am an anxious person. I suffer from anxiety. I say this to myself. I say this to myself many times a day. I say it to other people. And it's so intense at times. It takes over my physical body. It takes over my mental body. It takes over my emotional body. It takes over my energy field. It's in all aspects of who I am. And it's quite overwhelming. It's quite intense at times. I am anxious. I am an anxious person. This is who I am now. I have this anxiety. I feel this anxiety. It takes over everything. Feeling this anxiety. I am anxious. I suffer from anxiety. Okay, now take a big deep breath in and out. And just notice how you're feeling after that. And just acknowledge where you are at. So let's go on to the next round. Even though I am anxious, I am an anxious person. I suffer from anxiety. That's not all there is to me. I'm a human being. I'm a partner, a colleague. I'm a great friend. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I'm a great listener. Amazing healer. I'm a really good work colleague. I'm dependable. I'm fun. I'm creative. So there are many facets to me, and I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am anxious. I am an anxious person. I suffer from anxiety. And I'm remembering all of the other bits that there are to me. I'm a unique human being with a unique set of skills. I'm a partner, a mother, a friend, a colleague. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I help people feel at ease. I'm empathetic. I'm sympathetic. I understand people. There's so many facets to me. I'm not just anxious, and I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am anxious, I suffer from anxiety, I am an anxious person. I'm also a kind person, funny, witty, good friend, mother, father, great work colleague. I'm dependable. I get things done. I'm creative. So just remember all of these parts of me, because I'm not just anxious, and I deeply and completely accept myself. I am anxious. I feel anxious. I suffer from anxiety. I'm also a unique human being. I'm funny. I'm kind. I'm generous. I'm a great work colleague. I'm creative. There's lots of different bits to me. I'm not just anxious. All of these other pieces. I'm compassionate. I'm kind. I enjoy being with other people. I am empathetic. I am sympathetic. I can understand people's pain. So there's more to me than just being anxious. And I'm giving a bit of space, allowing myself to remember this. I am anxious, but I'm also a lot of other things. So take a big deep breath in and out. So we'll do one more round. So even though I am anxious, but I'm choosing to allow space for all the other parts of me to be heard, to give them a voice, because they deserve to be heard as well. And I deeply and completely accept myself, even though I am anxious. There's a lot more to me than that. And I'm giving space, some kind space, to all these other wonderful parts of me. I'm funny, I'm creative, I'm kind, I'm a good listener, I'm a great work colleague, I'm dependable. You can rely on me. All of these other parts, giving them a voice, allowing them the space to exist. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am anxious, but there's more to me than that. There are so many facets to me. I'm a complex human being. I'm funny, I'm kind, a great mother, a great father, a really good friend, great listener. I'm compassionate. I'm kind. I understand other people's pain. And I know I'm dependable. I help people. And I've given space to all of these parts of me, giving them kind space, allowing them to have their voice and to be heard, because they're really important parts of me as well. And I deeply and completely accept myself. I am anxious. I suffer from anxiety, but that's not all of who I am. I'm a complex human being. There are lots of parts to me. I'm funny, I'm kind, I'm a good listener, I'm a really good friend, I'm a parent, a partner. I understand people's pain. I'm an amazing healer. I'm a great teacher. All of these other facets. So I'm not just anxious. And I'm allowing more space for all of these other parts of me, allowing them to be heard, giving them the space to breathe. I'm a complex human being, and allowing space, giving them all a chance to breathe, because there is more to me. Now take a big deep breath in and out. And I think sometimes people believe that I am anxious. This is who I am. And you know, that this is the way it's going to be forever. But everybody does have the capacity for change. And I suppose, again, it's about trying to find where has this come from? Because in most cases, you did not pop out of the womb thinking that I am anxious or suffering from anxiety. So something has happened to have you, to make you have this feeling, to have this on edge feeling. And I suppose the part of going to a practitioner or to somebody like myself is to try and say, well, trying to figure out this puzzle, say, well, where has this happened? Why is this happening to you? And maybe a question you could ask yourself is, if you can't think of what might have happened, is, well, if there was somebody like me who had anxiety, what types of things might have happened to them? And that might start giving you some clues. But I suppose when somebody comes to me, that's part of what I do, is like, I'm like a detective trying to find, okay, like, where are the clues, following a lot of the time using the body. Where is the body leading us to where this originally originated from? And then finding those events and trying to neutralize them. Because what happens is they get stuck inside us. And rather than adult Grania reacting to something, it's 5-year-old Grania or 3-year-old Grania or 13-year-old Grania. So it's about trying to find those events. And it's usually not just one event, it can be a series of events. And sometimes it can be the same type of thing happening over and over again. So that's what we call kind of more like a complex thing. And so my job is to try and neutralize whatever's happened in the past, so that actually now you're going out and you're feeling much calmer, not always on the alert for what's the anxiety, what's the danger, but going out with a much kind of calmer peace of mind. So if you're interested in finding a little bit more about how I could work with you on anxiety, just drop me a note or leave a comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you. So thanks, bye, and talk to you again.